Hello, my name is Dr. John Connor. This is the second of 3 videos that we'll produce and upload to YouTube. This week marks the end of the second phase of the course, in which we examined the learning curve and considered how the different armies adapted to and attempted to end the stalemate of trench warfare. In this video, I will discuss 3 issues. These are the importance of learner input in the discussions and how it adds to our understanding of the First World War, the term learning curve, its controversy, and why we prefer to use the term learning process. Finally, I'll briefly explain the appointment of Marshal Ferdinand Foch as Supreme Allied Commander in France. One of this week's discussion questions asked you to choose one of the changes that led to the end of trench warfare and explain why it is important. Our course educator, Dr. Liana Markovic, tells me that it is clear from your comments that you consider new technologies, communication, training and coordination all contributed to the end of trench warfare. Thank you to your contribution to the discussion. We at the University of New South Wales really value the input of our learners in this course. The interaction between these diverse groups allows for a wide range of views and opens up pathways to furthering a person's interest. The time constraints imposed on this course means that we cannot cover everything that relates to the subject. That is why the discussion posts are so valuable. They assist in the learning for all of us by increasing the knowledge base. There is a reciprocal benefit to this type of learning. Some of you have decided to actively engage in the discussion by sharing your views and knowledge. Others choose to undertake personal reflection. For those new to the study of the First World War, we chose not to overwhelm you with too much technical information. For those with a good level of understanding of the war, we hope to give you an opportunity to build on this knowledge. It has been wonderful to see those of you with a level of expertise take the time to share with and encourage other learners. We all have certain cultural and educational beliefs that we have shaped the way we think about the war, its causes and effects. Contributing to the discussion allows others to get a different perspective. Many of the questions we have posed over the last 4 weeks do not have a definitively right or wrong answer. Our aim was to give you the tool, that is the question, and hope that you would share your views. The pre-course survey also asks you to let us know how you prefer to learn. It is clear from the survey results that reading articles, watching videos, discussing with others and doing quizzes rated highly. We believe that this course has more than met these expectations, and we thank you for the positive and encouraging feedback. I would like now to review the term the learning curve. During this course we prefer to use the term learning process. The use of the term learning curve was first used by historian Peter Simpkins in the 1980s. He used the term to describe the way that the British Army learned how to defeat the German Army during 1916 through to 1918. In essence, what he tried to describe was those incremental steps taken to develop new strategies, improve the technology, and to refine training. Many historians since the late 1980s have taken the term and Simpkins' use of it literally. There continues to be much debate about the term, with some historians taking a for or against stance. We prefer to use the term learning process, as we know the gains in technology, training and procedure did not come swiftly, but were developed slowly, often after astonishing failures and in a piecemeal fashion. I hope this explains our reasoning. In response to a question posed in one of the discussion posts last week, I want to take this opportunity to explain how Allied Command was carried out on the Western Front. The actual question posed was, how did Foch come to oversee all operations on the Western Front? You might recall in week 2 of the course, Dr. Elizabeth Greenhouse explained that in 1918, Marshal Ferdinand Foch was appointed to the position of Supreme Commander of all the Allied armies in France. The decision to appoint one person to oversee and coordinate the operations had been touted as early as December 1915 during the Second Chantilly Conference. At the conference, the heads of the armies of France, Britain, Belgium, Italy, and 2 representatives from Japan and Russia agreed to the principle that unity of action was needed in order to simultaneously stop the Germans in the east and the west in a series of major offensives during 1916. Unity, however, was not assured. Over the next 2 years, the different civilian and military leaders conducted their own policies. In late 1917, following the Italian collapse at Caporetto, forced the Entente powers to finally push forward with the establishment of a Supreme War Council. After the German offensive on the Western Front in March 1918, Foch established a Grand Quartier Général d'Armée alliée. Foch took up the appointment as Supreme Commander on the 26th of March, during the Anglo-French conference at Toulon near Amiens. By 5th of April, Foch was named as the Allied Generalissimo, putting him in charge of all strategic operations. Next week we begin our final phase of the course, where we investigate how and why the memory of the First World War has developed and changed over the last century. Each country that served and fought in the First World War has a different memory of the war. We ask how these differing narratives began. What were the drivers between these national stories? Our historians will discuss through video and readings the development of these national stories. Dr. Christina Spittel explains how literature shaped the memory of the war. The late Professor Keith Jeffrey examines the manner in which Ireland remembers and commemorates the war. Dr. Jenny McLeod asks why the First World War is central to some national stories and identities. Our course educator, Dr. Liana Markovic, will also discuss why those men and women who served on the Western Front as non-combatants are not so well commemorated or remembered in the historiography of the First World War. I hope you continue to join us over the last 2 weeks of the course. We encourage you to continue with your contributions to the online discussions. Thank you and goodbye.